Here we are, hitting up events, drinking our way through Chicago beer, and trying not to miss a thing.
Yeah, because, the cork popped out, boom, it flies like fucking 10 feet. We're like, yeah, let's do it.
All you have to do is add some fruit, stir it up, and ride that milk-shaped wave.
Whenever I see him, I gotta take a photo with the most decorated brewer in Chicago, Jonathan Cutler.
It'll be like the stuff you hear. You ever go to, every time you go to Floyd's, all the music sounds like this. Raw, raw, raw.
Sometimes you want a small beer, but really, you want a big beer.
You gotta take in all those big aromatic hops.
Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Waiting in line for a bottle release?
You should have never been a fad. The black IPA is delicious.
Hey, and welcome to Chicago Beer Pass. I'm Brad Chmielewski.
It's Bad Bitch O'Clock. What's up? I'm Nik White.
Yeah, it's Festbier time.
Yeah, man. Who we got here? The good folks at Pipeworks.
Yeah, we have not drank a Pipeworks beer in a minute.
I remember when we had the Shy Beer guy. He's the underscore, Shy underscore beer underscore guy. Brady Potts. He came on the show.
Right, that's right.
And he brought up Pipeworks beer.
Okay.
And I remember that episode because he brought the Pipeworks beer. And he said he lived 10 minutes from Bridgeport.
Okay.
Which is not something people say when they live 10 minutes from Bridgeport. And then Josh Riley's like, that dude lives in Orland Park. I thought that was hilarious. But, yeah. Oh, but we drank a Pipeworks beer that day. That was the whole point of that story.
Damn, okay, I don't remember that.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Is he still doing stuff?
I don't know. He was on for something, right? We had him as a guest. He was a cool guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of why he was there.
I think he was just doing content.
Oh, yeah. He was just like, yo, I'm just going to chill with these guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
But we have drank Marzin's, Oktoberfest, and I think this is technically our first Fest beer.
What about O-Face? Oh, no, Marzen.
Right.
Okay.
So Fest beers, they're technically the same as all those, but they're for the fest, typically, right?
Yeah, I think BJCP says Fest beer. Damn, what was I going to say?
Marzen?
No, Fest beer is a lager, golden lager.
Okay.
Fest beer is a golden lager. Sorry, I just froze. Fest beer is a golden lager. And then the Marzen is an amber lager. Yeah, I don't know what happened just there.
And then the Oktoberfest is...
It's just kind of it's interchangeable, right?
Okay.
It can mean either one in the American sense, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So this should be a little lighter than some of the beers we were drinking. And maybe, I think it looks like it in color. But it doesn't make me feel as happy as some of our other ones we've had.
Very neutral flavor profile.
Yeah.
A little bit of sweet
A little boring.
corn, right?
Yeah.
It's very middle of the road. I get very little. It's fine. It's good because there's no off flavors.
Yeah.
So it's good because it's a lager. So there's nothing off about it. Mm-hmm. But then, like to your point, but what else is this? What else is going on here?
And especially someone from Pipeworks, I kind of expect more from them. I don't know.
Maybe it's cold.
It's too cold?
I don't know.
It's supposed to be cold.
It is. It's a fucking lager.
Warm fest beer?
No, you're right. So what am I? So I'm trying to figure out what about it? What about it is so?
Blah.
It's just very. What do they say about Seinfeld? Seinfeld's a show about nothing, right?
Yeah. This is kind of the beer. Which I guess is kind of what you want from a beer that you're supposed to be drinking at a big event. You're just drinking it. You don't want to think about it, right?
There you go. So that's it. I think that's a better descriptor. It's a beer you don't have to think about.
Yeah.
That's fair. So and from that perspective, they're doing their job.
Yeah, but it's gonna lose in our battle.
Well, it's gonna hold its own against the. There's a lot of people. There are a lot of beers that kind of taste very similar. So I think it might get the edge over those. But it is. I don't know if it's gonna beat fucking Hopewell or Sketchbook or Swallow Oath.
Sketchbook can't even up here. But yeah. Cool. And we were talking in the pre-show, where one of the spots you hit up, we've been drinking these fest beers, Oktoberfests, and you have a sense. We have a sense of what they should taste like.
Yeah.
And when one is not correct, it stands out now.
It's funny because we did the bike ride. What was it? Metro and Hopewell and Pilot Project.
No, Ravinia.
Oh, Ravinia. That's right, and Goose. Yeah. Yeah. So we've been seeing all these different interpretations of American style Oktoberfest.
Right.
Yeah.
What other beer, like besides maybe IPA, are you just gonna go around and drink every one of them, as many as you can for like a 2-month period, right?
It's ridiculous, is what we're doing, Brad. This is full on ridiculous.
But there's no other beer style. Like maybe you could do it with like wet hop beers if you like got on that bandwagon.
That's true. You wouldn't do it for a Christmas sale because not everyone does one.
No.
Yeah. This is kind of the only time of the year we would do this. Yeah. Because even with barrel aged stouts, you don't go out your way to try everyone's.
No.
That's what FOBAP's for.
And there's not enough like Irish red ales when you're drinking those.
Yeah.
Maybe like wheat beers or like summer ales, but
Yeah, I think no other style, and I could be wrong, but no other style really entices you to compare them all like Oktoberfest.
I know it's weird.
Right? Yeah. Like you want to go. Part of the fun is seasons are changing. Let's go try them all.
Yeah.
That is pretty. It's been really fun.
Do you think it's because it comes in a mug that like adds to like
Oh, for sure.
the joy of having one?
I am a whore for a fancy cup. This one has a handle. It's got dimples. You can go half. You can go full. What I was looking at our reel from last Oktoberfest with the big ass wooden mugs you got.
Yeah.
I mean, the mug for sure plays a part. For sure. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we were talking briefly about the one that didn't hit right. Do you want to enlighten people?
So one of my stops this week was the good folks up at Illuminated Brew Works. Okay. And shout out to Illuminated because when I was at Friday Night Flights, I really enjoyed their IPA. I think it was Sunshine. I think it might have been Astronaut Juice.
Okay.
I think Astronaut Juice. I think. Yeah. And Astronaut Juice, and I'm pulling up now. Astronaut Juice took Best in Show at one of the Chicago Beer Society events over the summer. Okay. Whatever that summer event's called. It's Hazy Days, I think it's called, right? So I really like that beer, And then what Illuminated was near the Fulton Market, but then they moved out to Norwood Park, which is basically the far northwest edge of the city.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, back to the Oktoberfest. Mocktoberfest Marzen is the name of their beer. Yeah, it's got a dude that looks like Ron Burgundy on the can. Mm-hmm. And they're like, if you show up in a turtleneck, then we'll give you a fucking beer, right? So I'm like, well, yeah. No, I did not.
Oh, but you showed up.
I did show up for the beer, though.
Okay.
Yeah. but yeah, I get there, man, and I was just like, since we've been on this romp, I was just expecting certain flavors, and I just didn't have any of those flavors. And then I immediately got mad. I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? This isn't what I've been tasting. And maybe that was the point. So maybe if they hear this, because they don't really give you much. You look on the board, it just says, hey, Mocktoberfest. And it just says Marzen. Okay. So, right? So I'm led to believe that, it's going to be
a regular Marzen.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's not what they were.
Two guidelines to style. I expect this.
Maybe that's maybe it was supposed to taste different. That's all.
Okay.
But yeah, it caught me off guard and it made me mad. But then I got less mad when I had Astronaut Juice. Okay. Which I think is a fantastic fucking hazy.
All right.
Like really good feelings about that.
How is their space?
They are in. Not quite a strip mall, but like a baby mall. So they got 3 tenants.
One like picturing like baby store.
Baby strip mall. No, not no, like miniature. I should say miniature. Not like places where you buy shit for babies.
Okay. And this beer place.
Right, miniature mall.
Okay.
With 3 tenants. Very cool lineup though. One's a car wash, then there's a brewery, and then there's a like a wine bar.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the mall.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is some trippy ass shit up in here, like some secret society, like, we might sacrifice people, we might abduct people, it is some weird shit going on up in here.
Okay.
Yeah, visually, and then like all these little signs and imagery, it's just like if you see me missing for 10 minutes, fucking come find me.
Okay. Interesting.
Hey, shout out to, Rick Julian. I saw him there. And I remember back when we did the brew bus, he had like a competing bus company. But anyway, he's working at Illuminated. So I'm telling him, I'm like, the only reason I know about Illuminated is because we used to record down at Bomb Camp.
Yeah.
And Illuminated was down there, and so was Unani. Oh, but anyway, Clint from Lake Effect would always say that Illuminated would throw these invite-only bonfires.
Right.
Yeah. So then I went to a party at the L Syndicate party downtown at that fucking library.
Okay.
The lawyer, he represented L Syndicate and Illuminated. He was like, I was telling him about this party. He's like, yeah. And I've been telling him that that's a fucking lawsuit waiting to happen and quit throwing these fucking parties. So I told Illuminated that. He's like, yeah, everyone's got their opinion. But he's like, we're going to bring back the fucking...
sacrifices.
We're going to bring back the bonfires. We're going to bring back the bonfires. Yeah. And he said their top selling beers are their Hazies, the Astronaut Juice. And then there's another one. I think it's called Orange Sunshine, which I think is like a Saison with orange.
Oh, that sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah. So he's like, those are their top selling beers, but they don't really have like a flagship. He's like, people gravitate to those and then they start just making more of those.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a good hang. So
Yeah, I think even though we haven't been drinking as many hazies, I don't think that trend has died yet, and people are still loving them, and so they're still incredibly popular.
Right. Especially if they're good.
Right.
Especially if your local brewery is, it's kind of the thing that they're killing. I noticed they did have like a wine beer hybrid in cans. It was collab with City Winery.
Oh.
That was there. Yeah. So they're doing some fun stuff up there.
Nice.
Yeah. They had a German spelling bee. Yeah.
You had to spell the words in German?
Right. They're like, how does this word spell? And then they would yell at people because, there's no K's in German. So people, you hear the word and you just hear that K pronunciation, and you don't say CH, you say K, and then you're immediately ridiculed on the spot.
Yeah.
It was funny. Yeah. So.
Cool. Making any other spots while you were out there?
Yeah, what led, Microphone and Illuminated. Microphone's in Elk Grove Village. Illuminated's in the city, but they're only 6 miles apart.
Okay.
So that's I didn't understand that that's a pretty solid route. So I started at Microphone. So cheers to them. They had their Oktoberfest. Went up there, I had that.
Good one comparing?
I think it's in line. They're all solid.
Okay.
Right. Then, yeah, that's the consensus. They're all very fine.
Not a standout, but it was fine.
Yeah, it was fine. Okay. I enjoyed it. I got a half liter, and you get to keep the mug, right?
Nice.
Make for a good picture. I had a Smoke Wagon barrel aged stout, just a naked barrel aged stout from them.
Cool.
19 months of Smoke Wagon barrels, and then had a stout aged in mead barrels that previously held Eagle Rare.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So that was interesting. Very much like a, not quite a Courant, but more of like a grape, like a deep, sweet grape note in that, if that's your thing. But that's how Eagle Rare tastes to me anyway.
It tastes Couranty or grapey?
It tastes a little grapey. The 18-year-old Eagle Rare, just on its own, a little oaky and a little grapey.
Okay.
I'm kind of out on Eagle Rare 18.
Okay.
I'm out on it.
So we have this Deepwoods Courant here. We'll talk about those in a minute, but
Yeah.
Courants are in fashion.
But I think that is really no matter what time of year, that's one of the best hangs. They're playing this, it's a brewery centered around music. They got like a hardcore 90s playlist. And I'm like, dude, I know a lot of this shit is on my playlist. It's just, that's one of my favorite breweries to just hang out and have a beer.
That's cool.
Is Microphone. So
I haven't been in so long to Microphone.
yeah, I love that place. So cheers to them, man. They were all dressed in their festive gear. I think I got there late, because I wanted all the kids and shit to leave. And then they got cold, so no one was really outside. Everybody moved inside. But yeah, how they got 2 storefronts.
Yeah.
I think the cutoff is if you have 4, that's the Smiley cutoff. You got 4 storefronts.
That's too many.
That's too many. you could have 2 storefronts, and you'd be all right. So.
I'll be busting out my lederhosen this weekend.
Oh yeah.
So.
Nice. Better, because you got to do it now.
Yeah.
Can't wait till late October, man. You got to do it mid-October at the latest.
Also, because the shorts on the guys, you can get kind of capri style pants, but still, it gets a little cold.
Oh man, Yeah, you got to get you getting the socks? You going big socks?
I got big socks.
Okay. That'll help a little bit.
Helps, yeah.
You got the little hat. Mike
Yeah.
from Microphone had the little hat. What is there a name for the little hat? Little hat with the feather, right?
Right, yeah.
With the little brim.
Yeah.
Kind of little fucking like Peter Pan kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called though. I was wondering that.
The Oktoberfest hat.
Yeah, that works for me. Yeah. I was waiting for somebody to be like, no, it's
It's the Schronschweizer Stein.
don't spell it with
yeah.
don't spell it with.
That-
There's no K's in Germany. Oh yeah.
That hat on the horse.
I love how there's an audio show and we're pointing to a can saying, oh yeah, that
Oh,
hat.
yeah, that right there.
Yeah.
It's on the can of the Pipeworks Festbier,
Yeah.
where BoJack Horseman is wearing it.
Yeah, BoJack Horseman has holes cut out so that his ears can poke through the hat. His ears and his
Unicorn.
yeah, he's getting it done. This is a good looking can right here. Yeah,
That's nice.
very handsome can. So
Cool. Any other stops besides those two?
no, man, just a little northwest side romp. You know, a little 1-2 step. I think that was about it, man.
I went over to Cruz Blanca.
Right on.
I was heading to the United Center for the Grilla show, and so we stopped in at Cruz Blanca first for beer and some food.
Yeah,
Had a red corn lager. It was fine.
it's fine. How were the chips?
Chips were fine. Everything was like fine. I wasn't like feeling Cruz Blanca that night.
Chips make me mad at Cruz Blanca. They're fucking up these chips. How do you fuck up chips? Fucking these chips up. Don't fuck up the chips.
I don't know how. Yeah, like the chips at Chipotle, they're great. The Whole Foods bag of chips you can get, those are great. Yeah, Cruz Blanca chips. I don't think they're salty enough.
Yeah, a little, yeah. They need a little more love into these chips. I've had issues with chips the last 2 times. I was like,
And then I had a margarita, and that sort of was okay too. It felt like a mix, kind of, which I'm sure it is a mix because they have to do it en masse. They're not gonna like individual margaritas.
They're hitting you probably Big Star style, right?
Right.
Batch.
So it was something about it was Monday and everything was just okay.
I gotta be honest with you, Brad, and I've thought about this a lot. Whether it's Peace or for me, Hugo's Frog Bar or El Patron, Honey Butter Fried Chicken, I think, or now Cruz Blanca. You just get to a point where when you cycle them so many times, you just slowly are like, okay, what's next? I'm kind of out on what I thought it was the best that I ever had at one point, but now I'm kind of out on it. I've been having that moment a lot lately.
I could see that. The beer list at Cruz Blanca, there was a lot of beers.
Right.
So that was cool to see. It was almost overwhelming in how many choices they had when I was just like, I don't know. And so I just picked this corn lager, which it sounded interesting. So
Yeah, I think the food. I thought the food and the beer were like kind of like peers at one point, but now I think the beers and the food is not a peer to the beer. I think the beer is a little higher.
Yeah.
than the beer, than the food. The beer's higher than the food.
I feel that too.
Yeah.
I did just when I got food, I got steak quesadillas, so I didn't like go with anything like, oh, this is great, but the quesadilla should be fantastic.
Rick Bayless is out at Cruz Blanca. Fucking,
Oh, is that what?
maybe he took the
This white man can't.
like Gringo Jesus is gone. Maybe he took the he was the soul of the operation apparently.
Guess so.
Beer's really. I'd like the
Yeah.
beer. I still like the beer though.
But we worked our way over to the United Center, which they have lots of goose stuff. They have one of the Amazon Go stores in there.
Okay.
Now, and Cruz Blanca is one of the options of the cans there.
Nice.
Those stores are a little weird because they still have to open the cans for you. You can't like go in and take them back to your seat. They still have someone standing there like as you walk out after it's charged you.
Oh, because you can use the can as a weapon,
I
apparently.
guess so. So they still have to stop you to open up the thing. But if you just want candy, you're good. But even like a bottle of water, you still had to open it up and throw away the cap.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was like, okay.
Do they at least allow you to open it, or do they open it for you?
They open it for you.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
But I didn't get a Cruz Blanca beer. First beer I got was a 312, and I got myself a Bud Light Black Cherry Seltzer.
Okay. Riding that seltzer train, huh?
It was kind of what I feel like.
That's where you want it to be.
Monday night, we all were just like, I don't know what we want to drink.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna get a seltzer because it's the closest thing to water, and we'll just do that.
And just be done with it. Fuzzy water.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hit the spot. Black cherry.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Time and place, right? Like that. That's the difference between like a snob and like a geek. Like a snob will just be like, absolutely not. Where somebody who is just really into the category will be like, time and place.
Yeah.
Time and place for pretty much any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want something refreshing, and just get me through the show. And it was good. I almost got the cola, Bud Light seltzer, and I don't know. That seemed like a risk.
Yeah, it kind of sounds.
One black cherry. Deepwood should do a black cherry.
Because the one cherry, I think the cherry one is one of my all-time faves. Mm-hmm. What was it? Was it a cherry Deepwoods? Right?
Was it? Well, there was mixed berry. Was it cherry one?
What's the one that's cherry? It's man, that's really good too.
Well, Goose had cherry, right?
No, Goose had a Neapolitan.
Oh, and they had a cola. I can't remember.
Fuck, that's the problem.
Okay, it'll hit us.
Yeah, it was really good. I thought it tasted like just like a really excellent chocolate covered cherry.
Okay.
The Rev one. It might not have been cherry, but that's what it reminds you of.
All right. But that was my only stop, Cruz Blanca United Center.
It was Death by Cherries. Just came to me.
Oh,
it was Death by Cherries.
You were right. Okay, so it was a Deepwood. So just do Death by Black Cherries.
Yeah, agreed. That was their 10th anniversary beer. Was basically VSOJ with cherry, right? That was basically 10-year beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. No other stops.
Shout out to Peace. I was at a Sox game and it was cold and I was hungry, so I went to Peace. Hey, but anyway, that's when they said you have to open this beer because you can use it as a weapon. They said that at the Sox game this week.
Sox game, okay.
Yeah, it was Margaritaville night. And then so I went to Peace. And when you get off at if you're coming from the south and you get off at North Ave,
yeah,
there's a huge half acre branding on the overpass. It says half acre.
Okay.
So anyway, you get off there, you go to Peace. Now I get to Peace the same night, and then there's 5 half acre beers on tap. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? There's 5 half acre beers. There's a Goose Tap. There's Dutchback. There's literally like 10 guests.
And they're on their guest section, or were they on the main?
Like on the main ones too. It was super weird. I counted 5, and one of them was Benthic 2022.
There had to have been a back, right?
Yeah, it was a Chicago Tap Takeover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then we freaked out and they're like, well, what's going on? And they're like, oh, we're in between brewers because Metal Steve is out.
Metal Steve's out too.
Metal Steve is out. Yeah.
I must say that's probably good.
Yeah. I thought about you. They said they had the same sentiment that we had, and that
that's what they said.
Yeah, the beers were different, and they were telling him to quit fucking around with the beers, and he didn't listen. So Metal Steve is out.
Damn.
Right. So they got a guy who it's funny, the placard that has all the awards and shit. Now it's a picture of the new guy and Cuddy because he's from the old regime, but he left and went to Tennessee for 4 years.
Okay.
And now he's back. This guy.
He's gonna bring the classic.
He's gonna make them the way they're supposed to be fucking made.
Thank God.
So
that was like a year of me being like, I don't know if I can really go to Peace anymore.
I was with you on that.
I was like not excited. I was even over there today, and I was like, should I go to Peace? I was like, I'll just get a sandwich from Vinny's and just head home.
Right? I'm gonna bypass this brewery.
Yeah, like I don't know what they have.
The place in Chattanooga, Tennessee, was called Hutton and Smith. Is where the guy came from. Just wanted to throw that out there because I knew the name.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they have a shift in direction.
Make Peace great again.
Right. So 2 things. They had a Chicago Tap Takeover, and then they had a Benthic launch at Peace because it's like, we got to move this guy out from Tennessee. We're not going to have any beer, so all the Peace beer we got, we're just going to sell it all, let it go dry, and let this guy come do his thing. But to do that, they asked all their friends, can they have more beer?
Yeah.
So apparently there was a GM that's at Half Acre now that used to be at Peace. And so if you go to Peace, they're not. I'm like, is Half Acre buying this joint? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Right.
You know, and so if you go to Peace, that's what's going on.
Okay, so we probably have a month. I hope that means we might see if the Christmas Festivus.
Festivus for the rest of us.
There was no Festivus last year, and that was like a big kind of letdown.
Can we get some camel toe? Can we get some moose knuckle?
Right.
You know, like, can we just get
Could
back?
just make golden art, right?
Just do the beers. Just make the fucking beers.
These are the most award-winning beers, and Metal Steve couldn't do them.
It's literally on all the coasters. You go to the pisser, it's on the wall by the pisser.
And everyone comes in like, these are different. We don't like them.
I can picture them yelling at Steve, just make the fucking beer. And Steve just,
No, try something different. I don't even know how to. I'm sure I've met him before.
got this, you know, I've got some thoughts on this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Make it better.
what are you talking about?
You can't do better than Jonathan Cutler.
They just point to the wall. They just throw stuff at the wall. Look at this wall. Flooded with fucking trophies.
Damn. Okay. So, yeah, probably about a month or so.
You know?
Should be back on track.
Yeah.
All right. That's good to hear.
Yeah, so cheers to peace, man. Taking back peace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about stout season, like Benthic. Yeah, that should be coming here very soon.
Yeah, right. Benthic is a late October thing. Late October, early November thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we also have this Deepwood's latest release.
Deepwoods is back.
We have.
I think this is the official launch.
So last time was just a preview.
It was it was their summer beer release, right? What were the last ones? Do you remember?
We drank them. They were tasty.
Yeah, they're always good.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of what they were. I just want to repeat it so we can know. There's probably two, because in the summer there's usually two.
I'm sure we took a picture.
Of
It's on
course we took a
Instagram.
picture.
But this is the classic D-Star, Cafe D, and then the By Cherries.
Yes.
And these come in the new gold cans, so if they're in your fridge mixed with your other ones of the same varieties, they're definitely going to look a little different and stand out. And I'm excited to, I think, try Currants, and maybe we'll try it after the show, do another video. Or
Thundertaker and Lumberstruck were the summer beers.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. So maybe we'll try Depth by Currants on a little video for YouTube.
That's a good call. Deepwoods is back, and the Gilded Cans, I think, is what you go with if it's got a gold top.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of this, and then we haven't introduced anything new yet. These are all. This is the Brad Chmielewski one right here. This Death by Currants. He was there that night when they voted. I think.
I didn't vote for this one.
And then Death Star, oatmeal stout, barrel aged oatmeal stout, and then Cafe Deeth, I think.
That's great.
Yeah, Supermassive is top tier.
Yeah.
Like forever. It's like in the all-time annals.
Oh, there was
of Deepwood's
coconut
history.
teeth last time too.
Yeah.
Remember? Because we last
Oh
the summer
shit,
run.
you're right.
Lumberstruck.
Lumber
Lumber Thunder Coconut.
that was the variant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a mashup. Yeah, I forgot about Coconut Deeth.
Yeah.
You know, would it hurt to add more coconut to Coconut Deeth? I don't know. You could put more coconut.
Yeah.
You could have put
I
more.
bet there's a lot of Currant in there.
Yeah.
Damn. So when's the release for these?
What, October 11th?
11th,
Right? It's
okay.
coming up quick, man.
Right.
Coming up quick. Yeah. It's interesting. You know, I love the contrast of the Goose releases versus the Rev releases. You know, Rev was making the barley wine so good that Goose said, we can't make barley wine no more. Right? And then Goose comes out on one day. Rev comes out over like 6 months.
Right.
I just love this I love the variety of the scene that we have here. And then a lot of breweries have caught up to both Goose and Rev, I think, on some of their releases, you know. So
Right.
everyone's making pretty good barrel-aged beer. But I think, you know, all things considered, this is still the anchor, still the flagship program in the city for barrel-aged beer is probably Revolution.
And coming in the 12-ounce can is super nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then I think the only other thing before we get out of here to mention is Fobab coming up November 4th.
Can you believe this is FOBAP 20?
20.
20.
Man, I'm missing this year.
Ridiculous.
I've been to like at least 12 FOBABs.
What you got to do is go do your thing and then come back that day, shower, drop your shit off, and go to FOBAP. That's what you got to do.
Oh, no.
No?
I'd leave like a couple days before.
Okay.
That, so.
All right. Well,
But it's back. It's at the United Center, right? The main one, same place as last year.
no, it's fucking at UIC Pavilion. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, Pavilion, same place as last year.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry, Brad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's back in the Pavilion, which was a great spot for the event. A lot more seating. You could just lounge around.
Because we've never had seats.
Right.
Whether it was Union Hall or Bridgeport or even back in the day at the Goose Wrigley.
Yeah.
Or we never had seats.
It was big, lots of space to wander. But so get your tickets for that now.
Yeah. It's FOBAB, you know. No more needs to be said. 200 breweries this year. I think that's an all-time high.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're really packing them in. And I'm looking forward to some of the events leading up that week.
Okay.
I think those will be good too.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it then for this episode. Nick, where can people find you? Get in touch.
Hey, man. I'm on Twitter at Nicosio.
And I'm on Twitter at BRAD, Chicago Beer Pass, Twitter, Instagram, website, chicagobeerpass.com. Take care.
Cheers.